Canada, it is time to redefine nice. Oh, Canadians are nice. We're so nice. What does that really mean? Because right now, our definition of nice is not serving us. It means being passive. It means being a pushover. It means being this sort of harmless, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I heard it one way defined as Canadians are really good at pretending everything is okay when they're not okay. This sounds like a person who isn't good at standing up for themselves. It sounds like a person who isn't good at setting boundaries for themselves. And it sounds like a person who doesn't have any self-respect. So let's scrub that definition of nice and redefine it, okay? Because I can be nice and still stand up for myself. I can be nice and still assert myself. I can be nice and still be a force to be reckoned with. The word gentle comes to mind. Think of when you're holding something that is delicate. You have to be gentle with it. That doesn't mean you're a weakling. It means that you actually have a lot of power and you actually have a lot of strength in your body and in your hand, but you need to be gentle with it as to not break it. So let's kind of look at that sort of definition of nice, okay? Because right now, I'm not right now, but over the past couple of years especially, I have been so disappointed in what I've seen manifest as the character of Canadians. And that's going to change because I think a lot more people are waking up to what's going on. But over the past couple of years, the character of many Canadians has been so painfully docile and passive that, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. We seem to be so disconnected with any sort of respect for our country that anyone can just show up and say, hey, this is going to be your lifestyle now. Okay? And you're not going to question it because health and safety. You want to be a nice little boy, don't you? You don't want people to die now, do you? Do you? Don't question anything, by the way. Don't question anything. And anybody who does question this is bad. They're a bad boy. You don't want to be a bad boy. No, you want to be a nice boy. And here's what I think it comes down to. I think this problem comes down to how the Liberal Party kind of has a monopoly almost on what many Canadians think being Canadian is. And it's a big farce. Or at least it's something that's very, very, very dangerous and doesn't serve us. Because, being liberal, being open-minded, being tolerant, these are all things that I think anyone in their right mind would be like, yeah, I think I'm generally open-minded. I think I'm generally liberal. I think I'm generally tolerant. Here's the problem. Where does that end? Where does that end? Because I talked about the definition of nice before, and it's actually, as it's manifesting in Canada, it turns out that being nice means being a doormat. It turns out that you are so open-minded that you are open-minded to enslaving yourself. You're open to, any idea that Justin Trudeau might come up with that week. And I don't care what your politics are. This should, or if you even follow politics or not, this should concern you. To have a whole country of nice people who aren't concerned about foreign influences or the forces of greed and the interest of transnational corporations taking advantage of all of us naive Canadians, because that's what it is. It's not being nice, it's being naive in terms of a geopolitical context, okay? So yeah, it's very concerning. And I'm talking to, if you're more of a leftist or even like a communist, this should concern you as well. If you haven't figured it out yet, these large capitalistic organizations exploit your empathy. They cloak their intentions with some sort of social cause, altruism, we're helping the environment, this, that, and the other. They do that to get your support and to sell you more crap. Meanwhile, planned obsolescence marches on. That's how open-minded you are. And as just to kind of push this to the extreme, Justin Trudeau is on tape saying that I don't think we should take away the Canadian citizenship of terrorists.
The Liberal Party believes that terrorists should get to keep their Canadian citizenship. Because I do.
Like people are laughing because that makes them nervous. What does being Canadian even mean anymore? You know? That's not very nice. Being a terrorist? I don't know. Just can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? That being a nice Canadian is not being a terrorist. Is that fair to say? So all of this liberal mushiness, it's actually failing us, if you haven't noticed. Because like I said, you can be so open-minded that you're open-minded to anything. You're open to your own enslavement, right? There is a difference between being peaceful and being harmless. If you are peaceful, that means you are capable of causing harm. You are capable of causing a ruckus, but you are choosing not to. Kind of like being gentle. You're choosing to be gentle with the situation. That's being peaceful. But being harmless, that's just kind of sad. To be completely harmless in your life. You know, like it looks like sounds like you don't have much power in your life. And worst of all, you're very vulnerable and susceptible to forces that are out there for good or for bad. You know, it sounds like you're just kind of waiting to be manipulated, waiting to be pointed in one direction or another. You're harmless, right? But this decade, Canadians, the real Canadians, are going to redefine what it means to be nice and what it means to be Canadian. Don't get the booster, and we love and support our truckers. Talk to you soon.